Greetings viewers and welcome back to my channel, and today I am actually on site in my father-in-law's garage here. What we're going to be doing today is going to be working on his snowblower, and it has got a leaking crankcase seal. And as you can see where he's kept the snowblower during the winter to get ready for any snowstorms, you can see that it's been leaking oil for some time. So we're going to replace that. And I just got some basic hand tools. I got a few other things here. I got the new seals. I'm also going to replace the PTO seal for good measure. And then I have my fluid extractor to not only drain the oil out, but I'm also going to be draining out the fuel since it will likely get gummed up if left in there for the summer. And I'll then refill it with some True Fuel, which I believe he has down here. I'm going to be replacing it with some of that. I do apologize ahead of time. I'm going to be working by myself today, and I won't be able to get everything here on camera during the process, but I will show you the various milestones as I get the machine taken apart. We're going to start off by draining out the oil and then draining out the fuel, get that taken care of. From there, we're going to remove the chute here and the handle, and also the cover to the belt cover to where the mechanics are. From that point, we should be able to lift this snowblower up. I'm going to try my best to actually not dismount the engine from the snowblower today. I think that's possible, and that should give us a good idea of what's going on with that seal, and we'll go ahead and replace it. Here we got the engine on the workbench, and here is the engine information, 15A1140342E1. And it is on a snowblower, Craftsman. Turns out I did have to pull the engine because by the time I got all the mechanics off here, I wouldn't have been able to remove the pulley in order to get that free because of the idler pulleys and the arm right here. So it had to come off. It's only held in by 4 bolts, thankfully. As you can see from where I had it on the ground just now, you can see where the oil was pooling up around the edges, specifically in the front here. It doesn't look like it's leaking now because I did take the engine oil out, but it looks like underneath here is where it's been leaking. I don't see anywhere else, and it's always good to check. Sometimes these filler caps are loose, and that's usually all it is, but we're going to change it out anyway since we have it apart. It's a good thing to do, and we'll replace this PTO seal as well. Okay, got the cover off here. And very clean inside. I just vacuumed out the oil, and there's not much left in the corner there. But as you can see, you can find that there's a little bit of oil slick here on the bottom, and then it doesn't show here on the edges. So it looks like these bottom bolts were a little loose when I took them off. There's supposed to be about 14.5 foot-pounds of torque for each one, and the bottom ones were a little loose. I did also find that the mounting bolts for the actual engine itself, 2 of them were loose, the other 2 were tight. So I'm guessing the vibration likely caused these bolts to come apart a little bit. But thankfully it's an easy fix. We'll get this cleaned up, all back together, and reinstall it on the machine. Got the new gasket in. Here is the part number for this particular engine for the crankcase gasket. And here is the PTO oil seal part number for the engine. Just replace that, even though it wasn't leaking. Good to do. Didn't see any other issues with it. And this is all back together. Make sure to do a cross pattern tightening torque sequence. These get torqued down to 14.5 foot-pounds each. So it's a 10 millimeter socket.